Number one, I want to say this, Yes. Freedom is never free, Number two, let nobody discourage you from trying to free yourself from the slave masters, Mtu asikuje kukwambia at the winning odds. Yes. Those winning odds were told to even Dedan Kimathi and the likes of Akina Thomas Sankara. Exactly. Wajua kwa nini nasema hivyo? It is quite unfortunate that Africans are still pegging their ambitions and their hopes on the leaders who are oppressing them. And now we feel that everything is okay. Nothing is okay. If you are here supporting William Ruto, please do so, but don't discourage Kenyans from trying. This journey is going to take us so many years, but we have to begin today. If you are fearful enough, go ahead and support William Ruto. If you think you are true tribal enough, go ahead and support the likes of Akina Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka. This war doesn't belong to them. This war belongs to the next generation of this land. Another thing, the third scramble for Africa is on the way. Right now, as we are speaking, Nigeria is at war. We know that. 2 weeks ago, Tanzania was at war, serious war. Wamekataa kuonyesha kwa news. Congo is worse. Sudan is much worse more than what is happening in Gaza. But do you know why they don't say so? We bado uko hapo unapiga kelele at William Ruto, William Ruto. If you are not careful, 2027, they are going to fight us with guns and they are going to give normal citizens guns to fight you if you are against the government. That is exactly what is going to happen. Not unless you don't read the picture of what is happening in Tanzania. Have you ever seen anywhere in the democratic world where somebody wins with that 98% win? It only happens in Sudan, in Tanzania and Uganda. You see that? If you are not careful, that is exactly what is going to happen in Kenya, and there's nothing we will do about it. Why? Because some people, excuse me, just listen to me. If you're not careful enough, the way the politicians are arranging themselves and reuniting, they want to make us to be in part of tribal lines so that they can win the war. But I'm sorry to say this, I can't buy that. I'm past buying. If I have to stand alone, I'll stand for what is right. Because we've come a long way to keep on begging for our freedom. It is 60 years down the line, but poverty is still eating us. 60 years down the line, health is still an issue. 60 years down the line, ignorance is still an issue. We don't even know where we are heading. But ukisimama hapa mbele, the best you can say is give us how William Ruto is going to win. And everybody is cheering up. Between me and you, just remember one thing. Whether you are supporting the government or you are in opposition, who is losing and who is winning? That is a question that every Kenyan needs to ask himself. Am I on the right side or on the wrong side trying to push the agenda of others? What type of an agenda that William Ruto is going to sell to you? What type of an agenda that the likes of Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka are selling to you? And let me remind you, by our history, when Mau Mau was uprising, it is something that began pale Bama. It never began with everyone, but in the long run, it became a force. If you're not willing to join today for freedom of fighting for this land, you will join later. But stop coming here and discouraging young people who are trying. If you have an idea on how we can do it better, come and tell us what we can do better. If you don't have an idea on how we can do it better, you better shut up and keep silent, because you're part of the problem. And I also want to remind the young as well that we need to respect the old, because not everyone is a fool. Sawa sawa. Si kila mzee ni mjinga na tena si kila mzee ni mwere. Sawa. Yes. Because one thing that I know about old men is you can never take away experience from them. You never take away experience from them. But even remember one thing, even fools grow old. So don't just listen to anybody just because you have a brown hair. Or don't just be persuaded by a young man just because you feel like he's much educated. No, that is not the case. Leadership is all about character, wisdom and courage. Those three things are what is going to control this land, and that is what is going to change this whole land. Sasa ukiwa hapa unataka kutuambia siasa zenye ziko, Hebu angalia kando yako uone ni nani amekaa. Excuse me brother. I want you to look beside you. Ndio utarealize kwamba somebody is playing who. Utapata kwamba ni Mkikuyu amekaa kando yako. Utapata ni Mluya amekaa kando yako. Utapata mwingine ni Mkisia amekaa kando. Mbona usimfukuze? No. Mbona usimfukuze? Last time I stood here and asked you a very simple question, whether you're supporting the opposition or not. Nani anachorewa red line? Huyu mwenye amekaa kando yako ama ni Mutahi Kahiga? Si yule ni Mkikuyu. Huyu mwenye amekaa kando yako ni Msaperi mwenzako. Huyo. Muulize kama ni Mkikuyu kama wewe. Wewe ni Mkikuyu? Alafu mtu anakuambia anachorea mtu mwenye ako na namba yake red line. Wewe uko na akili? Sasa ukianguka hapo nani atakuokota? Ni yule mwenye ako hapo and is a crook. Let us be sincere. If you go to the market, you don't even ask ati wewe ni Mkikuyu ama Mjaluo. But when it comes to costing a vote, somebody comes and tells you that just because this guy is a crook, or just because this guy is a KA, has never been circumcised, I'd rather be mentally circumcised than not physically circumcised. Hatuwezi kuwa wajinga kila siku, tunakuwa control na ujinga, then you want to spread that amongst us. If you know you're supporting the government, go support them where they are. Let us be sincere with each other here. Sir, when we tend to look too much, we will never see.
Thank you.